Hello students, welcome to Elements of Mechanical Engineering. So today we are going to see the first module, which is nothing but sources of energy. So in the sources of energy, so first we need to know, so what is energy resources? Energy resources is defined as a capacity. If you have already studied about the energy is nothing but the capacity to do work, right? So most of the energy is mainly derived from conventional energy. Here we need to know the difference between conventional energy and non-conventional energy. It is also called as renewable energy and non-renewable energy, right? So if you see the olden days, in the beginning, so they started using the what you call fuels, like fossil fuels and all. So later on, so because of the what you call lack of that fossil fuels, so they have shifted to some other sources of energy. So that is why the name is given as a conventional and non-conventional. So this is it is given as the situation has directed us to seek alternate energy sources such as solar, wind, ocean, biomass, hydel energy. Right. So the next thing is renewable energy. So we will see what is renewable sources of energy. So the name itself indicates that renewable is nothing but, so it can be reused. The sources of energy can be reused and it will not be exhausted, or it will not be completed or over by the period of time by using it again and again. So it will be renewed. That is why the name is given as renewable sources of energy. Alright, so we'll see what are the renewable energy resources. One is solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, hydel energy, ocean thermal energy, bioenergy, geothermal energy, peat, fuel wood, fuel cells, solid waste, and hydrogen. If you look at all these type of energies, if you use it, it can be reused again and again, and it will be renewed. It will be renewed for longer period of time. So that is why it is called as a renewable sources of energy. That is why it is called as a continuously produced in nature, right? So now looking at the non-renewable energy resources. If you look at this non-renewable, if you use it for a certain period of time, so it will be over, it will be completed, and it will not be renewed again and again. For example, fossil fuels, nuclear fuels, heat traps, these are the energy resources which cannot be renewed. So once it is used, so it will be over. So that is nothing. That is why it is called as non-renewable energy resources. So that is the difference between renewable and non-renewable, right? By now, so you must have understood what is the difference between renewable and non-renewable. So today first we will see what is a solar flat plate collector. Okay, so the solar flat plate collector is also called as um, what do you call this solar water heater. So in the first image you can see that it's a solar water heater which is fixed over the what do you call the terrace or any building terrace. So this solar water heater will be fixed, and if you zoom it and if you look it in a very intensively, so the second image will tell you also how it works. So first image, if you look at it, this is solar flat plate collector. So there is a tank and solar tank, and there is overhead tank from where water comes down, and there is a flat plate collector, and there is a transparent cover and water tubes. In the second image, so here we can see in a very detail, and there's a flat plate collector. What are things will be there? Transparent glass cover, solar radiation, airtight enclosure, insulation, water tubes, reflected wave, absorber plate. So these are the different components which are available in this solar flat plate collector. Now let us see the working principle of it. Now, so here it will say the working principle of the solar energy. By keeping this image, I will explain how it works. Now, it receives sun's radiation. So the sun's radiation will come and fall on the transparent glass cover. So transparent glass cover is like a very thick mirror or a glass it is roughly around 4 thick. So on this glass cover, the solar radiation will come and fall. After that, it is very opaque in nature. Here we should understand what is opaque. Opaque in the sense, one side, so the rays will be passed, and then so it will not be reflected back. So that is nothing but opaque in nature. Opaque. So here it receives the solar radiation and it will be transmitted, so throughout it will be reflected and re-reflected. So and then so there will be airtight enclosure where that heat energy will not be lost to the surroundings. And then and beneath that there is absorber plate. So this absorber plate is made of copper, so where that heat radiation or heat conductivity will take place. So heat will be absorbed, and beneath that trans absorber plate, so there will be series of water tubes will be placed on through which water will be flowing throughout. So here this is the place where water will be heated up, and then so remaining area will be insulated so that heat will not be transferred to the surroundings. Now let us see the working principle. When solar's radiation if comes and falls on the transparent glass cover, so it will receive that what you call transparent glass cover will receive the sun's radiation, so it will allow it to re-reflect into throughout the area. Okay, so it will be re-reflected, and there is an absorber plate underneath, so where a series of water tubes are placed. When water is flowing through the absorber plate, the re-reflected waves will come and hit, and there is a contact, and because of the contact, heat energy will be passed on from absorber plate to water tubes. When heat is received by the water tube, so the water will be heated up, and slowly through that journey, in the journey, so the cold water will be converted into hot water. So once the water is completely heated up, so that will be taken into the another vent, and so that will be used in what you call domestic applications. So this is the working principle of solar flat plate collector. So if you look at the solar flat plate collector, so this comes under renewable energy, because this can be reused. Solar energy will not be what you call completed or over or eradicated, because every time the sun's energy is available, so we can make use of the sun's radiation, and we can use this resource. So that is why it comes under renewable energy, and it is also called as non-conventional energy. So these two things you should understand. Renewable means it can be reused, so that is why the solar flat plate collector comes under renewable energy. So working principle, as I have explained, so transparent cover will receive the sun's radiation, and absorbing plate is made of copper and aluminum, or galvanized iron, and it is painted in black in color, because black colors plate will absorb the radiation. So that is why it is made of black. It is coated in black in color, and then as I told you, water will be heated up through the what you call transmitted waves, re-reflected waves, and the cold water will be converted into the hot water. So this is how um, hot water will be produced with the help of this solar flat plate collector. So we can, in the image you can clearly observe, so in the first image, how that it is inclined, it is kept inclined, and it is exposed to sun's radiation, so that sun's radiation will come and fall on the transparent cover. So water from the solar overhead tank, so water will come and get stored in the solar tank. From the solar tank, so water starts flowing through the water tubes and keep circulating. And this journey, so the cold water will be converted into hot water, and the hot water will be taken out through the another vent, and this will be the cycle will repeat, and with the help of sun's energy or sun's radiations. So we are creating that hot water. So with the help of this flat plate, since it is a plate is flat, so that's why it's called as solar flat plate collector. So this comes under renewable energy resources. So it comes under solar energy. Okay, so thanks for watching this video.